vision of human potential I had never known existed. His insights were radical and paradigm-shifting. Human life has a spiritual purpose: to recognize our true nature, evolve from ignorance to self-knowledge. We are each endowed with unique purpose and genius, and our mandate is to unfold our character as passionately, originally, and bravely as possible. Emerson taught that pain, loss, suffering, and conflict are teachers and guides in disguise, crucial for our awakening, and that nonconformity, inconsistency, introversion, stubbornness, quirkiness, and a little wickedness are beneficial virtues for self-realization. Following the crowd is a mistake, and changing your mind is a very good thing. These were eye-opening insights for me, opposed to everything I had been taught. The idea that we are spiritual beings first, personalities second, that no real separation exists between human life and God, cast a sacred light on existence that I had never seen before. In the secular America where I'd grown up, God was off limits as a serious topic. I had no faith in a divine creator, was opposed to most organized religions, and considered myself a firm agnostic. Yet when Emerson counseled, "You look within, not to find yourself, but to find God," I had a sense of what he meant, though the terminology was arcane and loaded. When he described the one mind, the divine intelligence, running like an electric cord through creation, he spoke deeply to my unarticulated experience. He taught that nature is God, made visible in the world, that we see God through the mirror of nature, in other words, and that we are reflected in the creation. He explained that genius is the light of divine intelligence within us, and that we're inseparable from this power source, that happiness results from obeying its guidance, trusting our own choices, resisting the urge to imitate, knowing ourselves as outcroppings of the natural world, and therefore of God, joined in a kind of cosmic fandango with all of existence. The more of Emerson I read, the more alive I felt. I began to make overdue decisions. I left graduate school, made amends with my family, broke off a bad relationship, moved to New York City, started finding work as a freelance journalist, and stopped blaming the world for my problems. My addiction to taking offense over tiny social transgressions finally lost its allure. Never fall into the vulgar mistake of dreaming that you are persecuted when you are contradicted. Emerson warns us. I could hear him speaking to me. I focused on looking inside for the source of my troubles, examining my angle of vision, the stories I told myself about myself and the world, who I took myself to be, what things signified, the details that mattered, and those that did not. Emerson emphasized that your angle of vision creates your world, an insight he shared with the ancient Stoics, and that genuine freedom rests in the power to choose how we wish to respond to life's conditions. Knowing that perspective shapes reality, we're better able to interrupt our knee-jerk reactions and respond to challenges more skillfully, constructively, mindfully. Except in rare cases of affliction, under physical torture or sickness, for example, a person always has the power to choose her responses and decide when, how, and by whom, or what, she allows herself to be hurt. It was glaringly obvious that the majority of my problems were self-created and arose from how I was choosing to look at situations, not from the circumstances themselves. I learned from Emerson that it is the tendency to cling to false beliefs and confuse our narratives for reality that gives rise to most of our suffering. Self-hating, dishonest, twisted stories diminish our lives and prevent us from knowing.